Welcome to Part 1 of Plant Diversity of Lichen, presented by Usha on the behalf of botany expert Mr. Achyut Mallik, sir. We encourage you to watch, memorize, and share this video with others. This video will focus on lichens, a fascinating group of organisms.
Lichen is a symbiotic association between green algae, or blue-green algae, and fungi, mainly ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. The term lichen was coined by Theophrastus. The dual nature was established by Schwendner. This master-slave relationship is called helitism, a term given by Crombie.
Lichen is typically heteromerous and a pioneer of the lithosphere. They are sensitive to SO2 pollution, making them excellent bioindicators of air quality. The plant body has two main components, the algal component, or phycobiont, and the fungal component, or mycobiont. Lichens are categorized by their habitat. Terricolous lichens grow on land or soil. Corticolous lichens grow on tree bark. Saxicolous lichens are found on stone or rock. And lignicolous lichens grow on wood. Here are visual examples of terricolous, saxicolous, corticolous, and lignicolous lichens, illustrating their varied habitats. Lichen classification can be based on the fungal partner. Ascolichens, the most common type, involve ascomycetes and green algae. Basidiolichens, which are rare, involve basidiomycetes and blue-green algae. Classification based on the thallus structure includes crustose, which are irregular shapes that absorb via the body surface, foliose, which are flat and leaf-like, absorbing via rhizonae, and fruticose, which are branched and also absorb via rhizonae. Observe the distinct visual differences between crustose, foliose, and fruticose lichens. Anatomy-based classification includes homomerous thallus, where partners are uniformly distributed, typical of crustose lichens. The heteromerous thallus, the most common type, has distinct zones, an upper cortex, algal zone, medulla, and lower cortex, as seen in fruticose lichens. These diagrams illustrate the internal differences between the homomerous and heteromerous lichen thallus structures. Lichen thallus is associated with special structures. These include siphilae for gaseous exchange, cephalodia for retaining moisture, isidia and soredia for vegetative propagation, and rhizonae for water and mineral absorption. Lichen reproduces vegetatively through fragmentation, isidia, and soredia. Asexual reproduction involves oidia, conidia, and pycospore. Sexual reproduction is carried out only by the fungal partner, with the carpegonium as the female organ and spermatogonium as the male organ. Lichens are economically important. They act as bioindicators of air pollution. Some, like Cladonia and Citraria, are used as food. Others have medicinal roles, such as Citraria for diabetes, Parmelia for epilepsy, and Peltigera for rabies. Usnea, however, can cause forest fires. This chart summarizes some common lichens and their common names, such as Usnea as old man's beard and Cladonia as reindeer moss. Here is a visual of the Usnea lichen, often referred to as old man's beard due to its fibrous hanging appearance. Let's test your knowledge with some questions about lichens. We will go through the questions and answers now. Lichens are most sensitive to sulfur dioxide, or SO2 pollution. Also, lichens typically reproduce asexually by soredia. Lichens are not found in areas with high pollution, specifically sulfur dioxide. Lichens growing on rocks are classified as saxicolous. Litmus paper is obtained from the lichen rachella. The composite dual organism refers to lichen, which is made of both algae and fungi. Lichen is an association of green algae and fungi. The question mentions blue-green algae and fungi, which is also a type of lichen. Parmelia is used to cure epilepsy. Which of the following is known as old man's beard? The answer is Usnea. The structure that helps in respiration in lichen is siphylla. Cladonia is a fruticose lichen. Usnea is also a fruticose lichen. Lichens are pioneers of vegetation in lithosphere, specifically on bare rock. The mode of life of lichen is symbiont, exhibiting mutualism. Lichens participate in xeros, which starts in dry areas. Foliose lichens are attached to the substratum by means of rhizonae. Lichens reproduce primarily by soredia. As previously stated, siphylla helps in the respiration of lichens. A lichen having a branching form and growing either prostrate or erect on the ground is called fruticose. Reindeer moss belongs to the genus Cladonia. The best example of mutualism is lichen. Parmelia is used to cure epilepsy. The incorrect statement about lichen is that they live in basic areas. They generally thrive in acidic conditions and are sensitive to pollution, which is why they are not found in highly polluted areas. Question: lichens are ecologically important because they are symbiotic associations of algae and fungi, primitive inhabitants of rocks, and indicate SO2 pollution. The correct answer is D, all of the above. Another question: lichens are ecologically important because they are pioneers and pass xeric conditions successfully. While other options describe lichens, C is the best ecological reason provided here. This image reminds us of the diverse appearance and structure of lichens in nature. Thank you for watching this video on lichen notes. You can contact Achyut Mallik at the provided email address for further queries.